Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I talk all things mindset, personal growth, and building a life that actually works for you. And today, we're getting into one of the most underestimated but game-changing lessons from Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, the chapter on decision. Now, I know decision-making doesn't sound flashy. It's not some secret hack or overnight success formula. But I promise you, this chapter alone can separate those who talk about success from those who actually create it. Let's break it down, and by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why decision-making is so critical, you'll know how to apply it in your own life starting today. So here's what Hill discovered after 25 years of interviewing more than 25,000 people, including ultra-successful legends like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Andrew Carnegie. Successful people make decisions quickly and change them slowly, if at all. Unsuccessful people do the opposite, they take forever to make a decision, and then they're quick to change it when someone challenges them. Now ask yourself, which one are you? Let's talk about what's really going on here. Decision isn't just about choosing between option A or option B. It's about claiming ownership of your direction in life. It's the moment you say, "This is what I want. I'm done sitting on the sidelines. I'm moving." The second you decide, your energy shifts. You stop leaking time and mental bandwidth into what-ifs. You start aligning your focus, your actions, and your environment around that one choice. And that's when momentum builds. Think about it, nothing meaningful happens until a decision is made. Businesses don't get launched. Careers don't change. Relationships don't grow. Health doesn't improve. Everything starts with a decision. Now let's get honest, most of us are terrible at it. Why? Because decision-making forces you to commit. And commitment feels risky. What if I pick the wrong thing? What if people judge me? What if I fail? That fear of making the wrong decision leads us to make no decision at all. We procrastinate. We wait. We gather more opinions. We research endlessly. And we convince ourselves we're being smart or careful, when really, we're just stalling. Napoleon Hill calls this out for what it is, a habit. Indecision isn't your personality. It's a learned behavior. And like any habit, it can be unlearned. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone who wants to start a business. They've got an idea. They've been thinking about it for months, maybe even years. They've bought domain names. Read blogs. Listen to podcasts. But they haven't launched anything. Why? Because they're stuck in decision limbo. They're waiting for a perfect plan. For more money. For a sign from the universe. Meanwhile, someone else with less knowledge, less talent, and way less preparation decides to launch, and they're already out there, learning, growing, making mistakes, but also gaining momentum. The difference? One made a decision. The other is still waiting. So how do we actually get better at making decisions? First, and this is big, you have to get clear on what you really want. Most indecision isn't because you're afraid. It's because you don't have clarity. Ask yourself, what do I want to create in the next 12 months? What am I tired of tolerating? If I knew I couldn't fail, what would I choose right now? The clearer you are on your destination, the easier it is to make aligned decisions. Second, give yourself deadlines. Most people avoid decisions because they give themselves unlimited time to make them. Here's a simple rule. For major life decisions, give yourself no more than 7 days. For everyday decisions, aim for 2 minutes or less. Decision-making is a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger your instincts become. Third, and I can't stress this enough, stop letting other people decide for you. Hill found that one of the most common traits among successful people was their independence of thought. They listened, sure, but they decided for themselves. Think about how often we outsource decisions. I'll do it if my partner supports me. If my friends think it's a good idea, I'll go for it. I just need someone to tell me I'm making the right move. Here's the truth, nobody else knows what's right for you. You've got to train that internal compass. Trust yourself. And act, even if it's scary. And here's the last piece, once you make a decision, act on it immediately. Don't let doubt creep back in. It doesn't have to be a huge leap. Just one small action to lock it in. Send the email. Schedule the meeting. Block time on your calendar. Tell someone what you're doing. That first move turns an idea into momentum. And momentum is everything. Look, we've all procrastinated. We've all hesitated on something that mattered. But what Hill is trying to teach us here is that indecision isn't just a time waster, it's a dream killer. When you constantly delay, you train yourself to doubt. You shrink your confidence. You start believing you're not the kind of person who takes action. But when you decide, when you say, this is what I want, and I'm moving toward it now, something shifts. You start to trust yourself. You take ownership. And that's when your life begins to change, not because the decision itself is magic, but because the act of deciding unlocks power. So here's what I want you to do, think about one area in your life where you've been avoiding a decision. It could be your job, your health, your relationship, your goals. Whatever it is, pick one thing. One choice you've been avoiding. And decide. Today. Then, take one small action toward it. Because if there's one thing Hill was clear about, it's this. Successful people decide, and then they move. If this message hit home, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more deep dives like this, and drop a comment below. What's one decision you're going to make this week? I'd love to hear it, and maybe even hold you to it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.